Okay. We'll see how this goes. Unfortunately, this is starting to get wildly out of hand and is going to be absolutely busted. Oh, right. Didn't actually save that information. But that's fine. We're gonna grab
this one.
Gun.
My keepsakes.
And... let's see. Probably adamant arrowhead? Or... I'm trying to think. We might as well go adamant arrowhead here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes!
Miss me, boyo. Whoa.
So, I can mess around with enemy HP.
Oh, hi. Taking another shot?
So, I just gave Skelly extreme bonitis. Okay, so let's do convenience fee. Lasting consequences. I think we already have hard labor. We've already done... oh. Let's do no choice. No choice sucks. I haven't done those. I've definitely done that. Have I done... let's do this as a combo. This is going to bite, but it should be okay.
What could go wrong?
See, wonder why is highlight my message now 10,000 hench bits on Twitch? Because people are abusing it to the point where, like, I didn't like it anymore. I'll probably turn it back down. Oh, you mean creature. Whatever.
Sense is sharpened.
Not a bad cast build, potentially. But yeah, people were just, like, spamming me with questions, and it got frustrating, so I decided I'd just turn it down. But yes, I do apologize if any of you are wasting too many hench bits. I'll probably turn it back down to 1,000, because I think that's much more fair. But I rather... I would say I'm maybe a unique entity comparatively for, like, Twitch versus YouTube and such. In and of the fact that I don't mind responding to chat. That's not the issue. It's that, like, I don't like being spammed at because I can't always respond. Because all of this stuff ends up on YouTube. And I'm going to call it, like, the holy grail of content generation. Is kind of like... how would I put it? I want to make sure that my commentary fits everyone for as much as possible. And that means Twitch and YouTube. So if people are spamming me about something unrelated, it's actually really distracting in not a good way. And I'd much prefer to be able to just kind of go about things without getting, like, absolutely spammed with, like, hey, Wander, do this thing. And it's like, let's see. Money? Money. Not much. I'm going to keep going for the max health. I'd like the money, but seeing as everything's extra expensive, I'm pretty much going to just avoid stores up until the very end. Because that's where the good stuff is anyway.
Farewell.
Let's see, make a hench bits thing where it's 10k and it's literally I'm just wasting my bits. Very true. I could do that. That'd be amusing. Man, we're not finding a whole lot of god boons here. Let's see. Tinge of Erebus, Hydrolite, nah. Yeah, money. Sorry for being late. You're watching Games Done Quick. It's actually part of the reason why I started early was so I get something done today. I spent like, well, no, I actually got a lot done today. I spent part of today editing. My landlord came over to actually replace some light fixtures and fix my toilet. Because the toilet handle just, like, broke off. So, and there were other issues with it. Adult things are interesting. Yeah, I think what I might do is put a... Okay, question for people that have exorbitant amounts of hench bits. How many hench bits do you have? Like, what is the maximum number? Because it would be really amusing to have a couple of, like, exceedingly expensive hench bit ones. 77,000. Okay. 60k. Because maybe for, like, 250k or like 500k or something, I just put like go to bed wander. No, I shouldn't do that. That's probably a bad idea. It'd be funny, but that's bad for business.
Well.
Hopefully Ares will show up later.
I'm back here.
I have a proposition, son of Hades.
Let's see. Oh, the attack doing extra damage would have been lovely. But I'll take the extra money. That'll offset the financial cost of anything. Sisyphus! 1 million. End the stream immediately. I just would feel weird about that if say I was doing like a charity stream or something. Or something really important to me and just somebody was... Oh yeah, what is the consequence? Extra damage from traps. I wasn't even paying attention to that.
I have good news, sir. I located the contract binding you and bought it out. It's null and void. You're free to go.
Oh, indeed. Then does this mean, Prince, then the Fury Sisters, they won't come around as often anymore?
Not just that, Sisyphus. You can make your way someplace else where other decent shades reside. You know, somewhere with fewer chains and torture devices and such.
You're much too kind to this old soul, Prince Zed. The thing is, this is home. For me and Baldy, it is what it is. Though, knowing that the Furies won't be visiting with quite their former regularity, that is a load off. Heavier than Baldy there.
You mean you're really going to stay, even though you don't have to?
Is that so odd, Highness? Don't see myself lugging old Baldy out of here besides. And if I were to leave, why, we would not be having these exchanges now and then. I happen to enjoy them quite a bit. Now, here you go, and thank you very much.
Say no more.
Thank you, mate. You're looking as stately as ever there, Baldy. Thanks.
What Baldy buff did I get? Extra money. Baldy believes in you.
Do tell the Furies I...
Okay, so the Artemis cast is
What
not
else?
was not a bad idea here. It's got just enough punch that it can kind of carry the gun through, where it normally would have issues. Especially without any decent god boons to start with. And yeah, because I have such a fast basic attack speed, we can pop the shields off. I guess I'm gonna grab Explosive Fire. No matter what, Explosive Fire is amazing. I was hoping I'd get Spread Fire because I changed it to hopefully be stronger, but oh well.
My coffers are not yours for pillaging.
Let's see, so did Wander mod the game? Oh, absolutely. It isn't much yet. Mainly because all I can do is just change really, like, basic values. Like, explosion radiuses and damage values. I'm mostly just making it so, like, the shotgun, instead of firing 5 shots, fires 10. Which is busted as shit, but, like, I don't know, power fantasy time. I've beaten this game so many times, why not? Oh, there you are.
Who is going to clean all this up?
Good enough.
There's a lot that I could mess with if I wanted to. The shotgun's not a mod? No.
Wretches.
No, I can't add any weird new boons like that yet. And honestly, I don't think I will ever be able to, purely because of my personal limitations. Namely being, I'm not a programmer. I can program if I need to, but my skills and my abilities are extraordinarily limited. Mainly because, like, I learned most of my programming skills through ActionScript, and haven't touched those skills in forever. Also, ActionScript is dead. Wow, you need this game. It is so good. Like, Hades is one of the absolute best indie games I've ever played. Hands down. I loved Bastion, and it's put me in an interesting and awkward spot, because, let's see, I don't know how many of you guys know, but, like, I think it's the Completionist. He straight up has it that if he ever plays, like, Donkey Kong Country 2, it'll be the last game he ever, like, completes for YouTube. And so, every once in a while, he'll, like, kind of pseudo-tease it. And, well, not tease it, but, like, he'll do something. So I think he did, like, the banana challenge recently. And that was kind of a caveat exception. But so, a while back I said that would probably be Bastion for me. Unfortunately, this game has completely supplanted Bastion in terms of, like, pure quality, so at this point I would feel very strange playing Bastion, being like, yeah, but it's not my favorite anymore. But, I mean, you kind of can't help it to some degree anyway.
Good enough to eat.
Just buff that
Thank
damage a
the
bit.
gods.
Still hoping I can get some other things.
That's
Bastion
cool,
is
yeah.
still amazing, yes. My problem is, now I just kind of want to play it anyway, and just be like, alright. Okay, so that still traps do a shit ton of damage. I was really hoping I could get the rest. But yeah, you're correct that Bastion is still amazing, even with the quality of this game. And, like, it's still a candidate for, like, games that I would want to be one of my final Let's Plays. What I'd probably do is some kind of, like, a run-through of all the games that I absolutely loved. Maybe. But even then, like, I honestly don't foresee myself stopping anytime soon.
I can't.
I don't know where the rest of my ammo is.
What I found.
Like, I know Kappa's hit some channels particularly hard, but it's actually helped me.
What's new, Charon?
Hello. Specialist faster, chance to dodge. I guess we'll grab that. It's not the most amazing. Ooh, that got pricey. But that's okay. Wonder what's your backup career? I mean, honestly, art. You've probably seen it before, but I'm a fairly accomplished artist-ish.
Let's get to work, Red Blood. What do you say? Me? I say you've kept this girl waiting long enough.
Well, I say I don't appreciate you calling me Red Blood. You're making me rather self-conscious about it, you know?
You're funny. But you'll break. They always do. Remember this?
Let's see. But effectively it would be... Honestly, it would be kind of this weird reversal. Where I originally got into YouTube as something to do while hunting for jobs. And so...
Now you've done it.
If YouTube were to fold and streaming were to not, you know, not pick up the slack, I don't know what she's doing. Gathering rage, I guess?
That's it.
I mean, obviously I'd try and pivot my channel for at least like a year or two before just like giving up the ghost. But I don't really foresee that happening. I don't know. Really depends. Let's see. But yeah, so what I'd probably start doing is, like, a lot of artwork, maybe make an indie game. I mean, I'm already hoping to make an indie game of some sort in the next couple of years, just because.
That's that, then.
But no, so what I'd probably do is art, maybe work on that indie game, polish up my portfolio.
Alecto failed just as her sister did.
Off to
Apply,
acid now.
apply for art jobs. Let's see. Do you grab the Chthonic coin purse? It's not worth much, but I'll grab it anyway. And then I'd probably also polish up a resume to send off to, like, games media companies. Because even if, like, YouTube is dead, people are still going to be interested in games media. And I guess the other thing is, like, I can't imagine the market for what I do will dry up, ever.
Now we're getting somewhere.
I think it's just the market will change, and I'll have to change accordingly. And, you know, at some point, retirement or blah, blah, blah is gonna knock me out of that, but, So, like, if YouTube folds, my assumption is some other company would probably be there to pick up the slack. Be it Twitch, be it some other company, be it who knows what.
Hey, you beat your fastest time fighting through all of that. Not that I'm keeping track. I'm keeping track.
That's a damn dirty lie. I've gone faster than that. Yeah, let's grab 20% chance to dodge. Extra HP is going to make a huge difference. Let's see. But yeah, try and get into games media just to see if there's some kind of games media thing that I could get into doing. I'm sure I could probably be a fine, actual, proper games journalist as opposed to, like, the weird pseudo-nothing that I am. Well, pseudo-something. I guess the nice part is, I know enough other people in the industry that I could pivot in some manner. Without, like, too much time wasted. Be like, yep, YouTube's dead. Who's hiring games journalists that cover, like, indie games? And there'd be somebody. There'd always be somebody. Oh, there's Ares. I don't really want Ares on this run, but I guess we'll grab it anyway. There's no way need for analytics will dry up in this day and age. Yeah, that's definitely part of it. Oh, I should have re-rolled Ares now that I'm thinking about it. Well, but anyway, so the other thing is, I know a lot of people that kind of will go through this inevitably, before I ever will. And so, like, I could easily just look into being like, okay, so what happened to this YouTuber that I used to follow? Oh, he got a job as a video editor. Alright, I mean, I can do that. I'll definitely want to spend more time doing video editing, as it's kind of my worst skill. Let's see, what else would there be? Lots of things, really. But yeah, I can just look at other people's examples, and yeah, I have enough in savings that I would not be, like, super doomed immediately, so I could probably find something else to do.
The wretched dead you face perhaps forget themselves. Go then. Remind them of the agony which brought them to your realm.
Okay, Tack inflicts doom. That's really not what I want. I was actually really hoping for slicing shot, but shoot. Because yeah, Curse of Agony is, like, actually the worst thing you could possibly jam onto. Oh.
I'll just take this one.
I'd normally go for Chaos, but we really want the Artemis attack bonus, probably.
In the name of Hades.
Yeah.
It seems unwise of you to thus dismiss my offering. Suffer then a while by my hand.
Maybe we should get the rocket upgrade. Wow. Okay.
Nice try.
Yeah, maybe not the rocket upgrade. Okay. I'm gonna have to mess with this. I mean, on the plus side, that damage for my special is no joke.
Your sacrifice to me just...
Okay. Cast gives me a Blade Rift. I'm gonna grab Ares' aid first. The Blade Rift cast is good. But going invincible and doing actually a decent amount of damage is good.
Consider this a warning.
Yeah, that's got good damage. I've got some pretty good crits to my name. I just have to hit. Got him? Got him.
How many times?
Not as much HP as I was hoping, but it got me a nectar, so I'll take it.
Time for a
Reroll you.
change.
Into a nectar. I'll take it. Here's Vince Ampella struck gold over the air. What? Who? What? What does that even mean? Or is that a, is that in reference to, like, YouTubers that found other things to do? Dang, that's got some dangage. Yeah, I didn't want to get rid of those. Okay. These guys are an annoyance. This cast, not so much, though. I thought I would have stunned them. It's fine. Okay. Max health and money. Ugh. In this economy, max health. I want to be a tough bugger. Also, thank you, Ravigate, for the 10 bits. And yeah, it's completely understandable you aren't resubbing because you are busy with life. That's, I mean, honestly,
All aboard.
I appreciate all the support people can give, but I do not demand extra. Because that would be shitty of me.
Greetings, Charon. Cheers, mate.
I think I'm gonna just, like, hard pass on most of these. They're not that helpful. This is gonna be... Oh, wait, no, this isn't gonna be rough. This is not an upgraded Hydra. I would actually have legitimate worries if this is an upgraded Hydra. Okay. Tough sucker. Oop. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit slow. If you're demanding it, you wouldn't deserve it. I've been reading about a lot of creators. Well, I mean, I'm sure you guys have all gotten sucked at least somewhat into the choosing beggars schadenfreude.
Can't do that.
And maybe this is something that I specifically revel in, but I rather enjoy it when absolute jerks get their comeuppance in some way or another. Just because, like, I wouldn't say it's validating so much as it's just like, man, look at this jerk. And boy, do I love it when they get smacked down a little bit. I could use that. And so, there's been a rash of YouTubers that have been, quote-unquote, exposed. Wow, that was a hefty crit on that. Damn.
Not yet.
But YouTubers that are like, give me free art, I deserve it. I deserve to be YouTube famous and stuff. And I realized, like, you know, these are the people that haven't even, like, put any effort in. But it sticks in my head a lot just because it's like, I really do somewhat live off of people's good graces. You know, between, like, people watching on YouTube, people watching on Twitch, developers sending me free keys and whatnot. And it's like a weird fine line that I could totally see, like, backfiring and turning me into an absolute jerk.
I can't.
I guess I brought up Kappa earlier today, mainly because a couple of these, like, kitty YouTube channels, have, you know, of course, gotten smacked down. Content that was very much, like, for kids. And I'm having trouble just getting through the basic bone men. Oh. I think I should just give up on, I think I should just give up on regular hits. They ain't worth it.
Can't do that.
It's just all special and salvos. Okay. Unfortunately, the summoner heads are on the other side, which makes this a little harder. Okay. Gotta get my cast ammo back. But yeah, so I guess not exactly in the same vein. I got an email earlier today from one such Kappa related, or Kappa SmackDown channel. Kids content that, you know, effectively can't continue with what they were doing because what they were doing is technically illegal and so on and so forth. Like, these are people that effectively had made, like, Blue's Clues style content, or lower bar, very much like targeted at children, blah blah blah. And so their channels have been knocked down. And so I had one of these channels specifically email me asking... I'm not going to say... Asking feels like the wrong word. It very much was a, like... It felt weird. It felt like if I actually talked to this person, they would just completely ignore me. Like, this wasn't a person asking for help as so much as a person that just saw me as a resource. And they were effectively asking for social media posts to, like, advertise their new channels. It's like, this is somebody with, like, 1 million subscribers plus. This is not, like, some nobody YouTuber and stuff. And if they can't pivot from that, I honestly can't help them too much. It wasn't that they were demanding. It was politely written, but in the kinds that, like, they've sent this to everyone.
Got you.
And they had, actually. Like, I looked at it, and specifically, like, a number of other YouTubers that I know of had posted about, like, yeah, we got the same message. And so, like, what would happen is, yeah, I could spend, like, a bunch of time advertising this guy. And it would get me nothing and get me nowhere. Let's see. Damage is good. Kinda. I guess I'll grab the blood-filled vial just to start leveling it up here. We'll grab a Yarn of Ariadne. HP is doing great, actually. Money not so much so, but still. Anyway, But yeah, so like they'd sent this out to easily a couple hundred YouTubers or something like that. And so they're like, yeah, you know, you do this for me and then I'll pay you back like with twice as many views and whatnot. I'm like, this is a person that like had I done what they asked, they probably would have just never responded to me, period, after the fact, and just been like, hey, thanks, bye. Or just like moved on from the platform entirely because unsustainable. I don't really know. Either way, it was just something that kind of like stuck in my head of just like, it is so easy for YouTubers and streamers and stuff to be perceived as needy or demanding. And I even like experience this sometimes. Like I will often get asked like, hey Wander, you know, why haven't you covered this game? Will you cover this game? And sometimes the answer is as simple as they didn't send me a free copy and therefore wasn't worth my time, which is stupid because like that's a silly reason not to cover, say, like a really good game. But like there's a really small indie game that I thought looked really neat that came out 1.0. It was in early access sometime last year, and I've sent them to date 3 emails and 3 key requests, all on separate platforms with reasonable amounts of time between. Just because, like, you know, I don't want to be like bothersome, but it's like, hey, could I get a key for your game? It looks rad as hell. And as of yet, I have received no response from them ever. Even though they're like saying like, yeah, send in a key mailer request and we'll like send keys and stuff. And so I don't really know what their thought process was. But for me, that's kind of just like, so are you just not accepting key mailer requests, or like was I just deemed not worthy, or I don't really know. And the answer is probably they just don't see it. But after a certain point, like, I have so many games to cover that I guess I've become slightly petty. Where it's just kind of like, well, I guess if I'm not worth their attention to send me a key, then I'll just kind of pass and play something else. I'm just gonna saw this guy down. And, you know, that is so close to the, like, the choosing beggars mentality of just, like, toxic entitlement, I guess would be the right phrase. And I always have to make sure, like, I'm kept somewhat in check, because I know that if I was too entitled in some way or another, it'd be bad. Well, I really wanted Flurry Fire, but I guess I can't do that, so I guess we're doing Triple Bomb?
Better.
Let's see. So what do we want to do? Shopping or max health? I'm probably going to keep going for max health here. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get the rocket. I really want to get triple rocket at some point, because that'd be amazing. But I'll get what I can. I don't like these shield guys. It looks like they're not.
I'm empty.
They don't actually have the ability to block my mortars, which is good. Let's see.
I can't.
But yeah, so just to kind of finish my pseudo thought, there's just this like feeling of cognitive dissonance whenever it comes to like asking, wanting, needing, and so on and so forth. Where it's like, obviously can't ask for everything and get everything, because that's just not how the world works. But at the same time, like,
I am returned
anything new?
once more to my more earthly capabilities, Short One, and I'm able to move freely once again.
fine change of pace, Asterius. Who needs that old spectacular custom-fitting suit of legendary armor anyway?
You mock me, yet you know nothing of being trapped, enclosed in something and unable to break free. I need no armor to fight you.
Hey, you don't. You're not going to win with it one way or another.
Prepare yourself.
Can't do that.
We. Not my best run. Flat damage is pretty good. Be lovely if we could get a Chaos Boon to just increase the flat bonus.
Not now.
Really?
There we go. Hard to hit. I think it'll be easier against Hades. The problem is Asterius is just very mobile. So out of curiosity, if a fan were to send you a game as a gift, they wanted you to play, would you consider it would be too far into the choosy beggar? So that one's actually more of just a simple question of, like, do I have time? I've had...
Cease fire. I yield.
I guess I win this round. Lord Ares.
Let's see. Attack inflicts doom. Nah, let's just do everything does more
I
damage.
feel stronger.
Not really what I'm going for, but I'll take what I can get. Let's see. So,
You. It's good of you to visit, though there's little I can offer in return.
I guess let's grab the Hydrolite Gold.
Thank you, sir.
Let's keep going max health. So you consider it if you have the time. And if it fit my schedule. For example, there are certain games that just do not fit my wheelhouse. So, like, a couple years ago, I attracted a fan that was very big into furry culture and so on and so forth. And I personally don't really care one way or another what people's preferences are, but they were very, very aggressive about trying to get me to share their, you know, share their likes, and sent me, I'm gonna say, like 3 to 5 games. I kind of lost count after the first one, but they were all very much like furry dating sim kind of situations. And you know what? To each their own. That sort of game is fine for other people, but they sent them to me with the expectation that I play them and got quite upset when I did not.
I think not.
And this isn't a unique thing. This is actually fairly common. I had one guy, even a couple of days ago, that was spamming me with questions about whether or not I'd finish Judgment anytime soon. To the point where, like, he was spamming Shell to ask if I'd play more Judgment. Which, like, yeah, a little bit too pushy for me. And so it's kind of one of those where it's like, there are certain games that I will just never consider or cover on my channel just because, like, it's straight up ain't worth it. Like, I've had people try and convince me to play, like, Honey Pop or Honey Pop or whatever it is, but, like, that's a distinct no. Just a lot of different things. And so it's like, always ask before you just send me something, because oftentimes, like, I can say, like, yeah, sure, or I can't. Yeah, got Judgment because you haven't finished it. It's a great game. It's just really, really long. Ah, shit.
Remember, not a word of this to anyone. Let's go.
This is a match 3 game with Torn attached. I mean, it looks, from what I saw of Total Biscuit playing it, it looks like it wasn't a terrible match 3. But, like, that means nothing. There's...
You can't hurt me. I know.
There's such a low bar for match 3 games. I almost worked for, well, no. I worked for a match 3 company for a day once. That was stupid. I'm so glad I didn't get that job, but I'm also pissed at them for how they treated me as part of that job application process. Because they effectively had me fly out to San Francisco on my own dime to work for them for a day, for them to not even consider my application. It's like, well...
What chance did they have? You're fast, I'll give you that.
I already given him one of these? I think I have.
I have to hand it to you, Zag. You're really putting in the work to get me to forgive you after all you've done. I'm honestly surprised.
Don't be. That feast of ours is really going to be something, Than.
I guess if you insist. Good to see you taking little Mort there on one of your strolls. Means I can better keep an eye on you out there.
He's been great to have around for sure. Still can't believe you found him after all this time. You used to always carrying him around. I was so sad for you when he got lost.
And I cannot believe you still remember that. Regardless, he will not be getting lost again under your supervision. Accurate?
He's smiling. That's a new pose, actually. I mean, he looks kind of creepy, but that's a new sort of portrait for Thanatos. They changed it. Yeah, he can smile. I love that. There's something incredibly validating about that for this game, where, like, getting one of the NPCs to smile at you feels really stinking good. Okay, that's phrasing, but still, it's like, it feels really good. I don't know, like, getting Zagreus to smile after hours, and Megara to smile, yeah. The ultimate goal is getting Hades to smile, because I wonder what the mustache would do.
Accurate.
Alright. Fight for jams!
Who dares?
Everything explodes! Like, that was actually one of the best parts of Dad of War for me. Was straight up Kratos starting to actually become
Why do I bother?
happy. And also Boy, but like, getting Kratos to smile for me was so much more important. I didn't really like Boy as much in Dad of Boy. He was okay, but like, he felt like an inferior version of Ellie, I guess. Like, of all of the famous, like, dad-child combos that the 2010s gave us, I'm gonna say Ellie was probably the favorite child, and Kratos is the favorite dad.
Exogryph, prepare to fire.
I do love the fact that the gaming industry's solution to too many, like, old masculine dudes was just to, or older, you know, beefy masculine dudes was just to turn them all into dads, because they knew that, they knew people were going to want, like, proper characterization sooner than later, and so the answer was just to make them all fathers, and bada bing, bada boom, now your kind of cold, unfeeling protagonist that nobody cares about is now a dad, and everybody loves him. I mean, I think people cared about Kratos, but not as much. Yeah, now we just need a game with Kratos and Ellie. I mean, they're both PS4 exclusives. Like, I would gladly play the shit out of that. And make the dude bros into dads. I mean, there's that, but there's also the there's also just the baseline of a lot of indie developers, a lot of developers that like really hit their stride in the 90s and 2000s became dads in the late 2000s, and so like a lot of them wanted to start making games based on their experiences. I would even, huh? The reduced choices even affect my palms of power. That's a weird one.
Theseus, before you flap your ghostly gums at me again, I'd like to hear from good Asterius this time. He almost never gets a word in thanks to you.
Yes! I was wondering about that. Because Theseus never lets Asterius talk.
The king speaks for the both of us, short one. Though if you wish to hear me say something to you, I will oblige.
And I too shall oblige. That is, oblige my trusty spear, which yearns to penetrate your soft and vulnerable, altogether pallid flesh. Now die! Here, fiend!
On one hand, it's going to be easier to get at Theseus like this. On the other hand, Theseus is actually going to be shooting at me. I don't really like fighting Theseus in this manner, because he's just kind of a pain.
Well, Hellspawn.
Then again, Minotaur's going down pretty quick. I do a lot of damage with these mortars. That is like the saving grace of this run. This would actually, like, I was concerned we'd be having troubles here, based on my my boon selection so far. There we go.
That was my friend, you bastard! I'm out. You and me, King.
Ain't gonna work.
Now, fiend!
The nice part is he can't block my mortars. Or, yes, he can. Asshole can block mortars. You can't block him that well, but still. Ow.
Olympus.
You fiend.
There we go. Yeah, how do you block a mortar? Strong shield arm.
Cerberus is patiently at work instead of resting here.
Let's see here.
Okay. Just because Harpy Feather Duster seems
Boons
smart.
for coin.
Guess I should make sure I broke every pot.
One more stop. Good. Much better.
Let's see. Anything else? Nope. Okay, so I got a lot of money. It's not as much as I'd like, and everything's really expensive.
Something I can use. Pleasure doing
pick this
business. Strength of the goddess.
That's kind of what I was hoping against, but whatever. Let's go this way first. Hey, thank you, Cheslake, for the sub, and welcome! Welcome to ads. I guess I can actually use my just totally regular, my totally regular shots here. Just killed himself. Makes my life easier. Oh, probably should have blown up those, like, 2 remaining pots. And we'll give credit. This build's good. I'm worried it's not going to be able to beat Hades, though. I'll have to play very carefully.
That's a relief.
No, I think it'll beat Hades. Because I'll be able to spend a lot more time focused on dodging. Plus, who knows? I should be able to get some more, I should be able to get some more considerably useful perks over the course of this. We had multiple Artemis things go by, and that's usually a good sign. Everything's really expensive, though, which is a bit of a shame. Mandrake's in the pool's creepy out. What? You don't like Mandrake bathwater? I thought that was a thing on the internet where people would buy, like, creepy, gross bathwater and like it for some unknown freaking reason. Internet use scaries sometimes. No, come back. Man, I didn't even get the duo boons I wanted here. We might get lucky.
Ares.
I read about that stuff every once in a while. I'm just like, man, I don't even know. Like, what the hell would you even do with that stuff? I don't even want to know.
Not yet. You found me, Artemis.
Okay.
Hades.
Well. I should probably just grab Deadly Strike.
Time to hunt. Let's just go down this Satyr hole. Got to find something for Cerberus. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Hermes.
Okay.
Which tunnel?
So, I guess let's go here.
Poison. Cured.
Yeah, this works out fairly well, actually. And yeah, we don't have to worry about being low health.
Can't do that.
Okay, just stay away and let the mortars do most of the work. My regular shots ain't bad, but the mortars just have that oomph that I need. That I crave. Now that I'm thinking about it, Aphrodite in this game would probably sell bathwater. God. That is a dark Grecian future I do not want to think of.
It's one of their layers. I can't.
Well, that works. You enjoy explosions?
In the name of Hades.
Let's see. I guess I'll grab Blade Dash.
Cheers.
Baseline, that's helpful. Doesn't do as much damage as I want it to be, but that's okay. What conversation did you coke back to? I'm hoping you're not coking, because that's concerning. That said, you came back to a bad conversation, you should probably... No.
Here goes.
But no, you came back to a dark place that is yet bafflingly real. All the same, and it terrifies me in a way that I'm not comfortable with or excited about. There's a lot of things. I don't know. Oh god. Do I? No, I shouldn't. I was trying to decide whether or not I'd want to name the episode after this dark future. But I should not, because that's terrible. Wander your own worst enemy. Look, man, my imagination is bad. I usually don't have these thoughts, but every once in a while I'll just be like, man, what if? And it's just like, I should just shut my goddamn mouth. But it's hard to.
Ares. Good.
Yeah, shut your brain. Is that even possible? I mean, I'm assuming as such.
Not now.
Just have to go play, I don't know, what's like the most shut your brain off kind of game ever. Honestly, at this point, probably Pokemon.
Cerberus just loves whatever this stuff is. Good. Okay, I'm good.
Jump King. I feel like Jump King is actually legitimately hard.
Going back.
Part of the reason why I haven't touched it yet. I'm not a big fan of true blue pure platformers, because it feels like they'd be... Okay, let's go here. Speaking of Pokemon, they announced Sword and Shield DLC, which is... I'm mixed on that one. On one hand, DLC is probably a good way of making Sword and Shield the best it could have been. At the same time, I'm not really compelled to pay 30 bucks to get the rest of the content that should have just been included from the beginning. Like, I would gladly pay for DLC that expands the game in an interesting manner. Easy example, God of War, or not God of... Well, yeah, God of War. I'm actually kind of shocked that they didn't include a DLC for God of War. But no, Witcher. Shell and I have been playing Witcher lately, and I am absolutely stoked for the DLC for that game, because everything I've heard about it points to it being almost as good, if not better, than,
Another one of those especially gigantic vermin.
As good as, if not better than, the base game. Other game that I've seen do that would be, Horizon Zero Dawn. The DLC for that game actually expanded on the story of... You know, it wasn't just kind of side content. It was, like, legit mattered. And was also really, really good. And so, like, that's the kind of DLC that I can really get behind. Selling Pokemon plus some, like, extra side stories, especially after what I saw from the post-game in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I can't do it.
Olympus.
Want more Horizon Zero Dawn. I do too. It seems like they're doing the right thing and taking it really slow, though. And, you know, making fully featured games.
In the name of Hades.
Oh, exit wounds, finally.
I'll earn your favor yet.
Fulfill that prophecy. I probably should have looked at my other options, but I know exit wounds is, like, one of the last ones that I need to pick up. Yeah, $90 for a $40 Pokemon game is crazy. Yeah, that's about where I am. It's like... some of the things could be okay, but, like...
Hello?
Now, if they said, hey, we want to make, like, the absolute best Pokemon game ever, you know, added all of the Pokemon, really expanded on things, added a shit ton of evolutions, made the game, like, 3 times as long. You fight multiple Elite Fours in different regions of the world. And we're like, yeah, but you're going to have to spend $90 to get this. I'd gladly pay that $90 at this point. I know that's a bit much for some people, but, like, it's effectively the same thing, but I'd feel considerably less insulted. It's $30 for the season pass, not the DLC. Yeah, but, like, except for the examples that I gave, 90% of the time when you buy DLC, they're like maybe 2 hours of content, 10 hours of fluff, and then like a bunch of stuff that should have just been in the main game to begin with. And so like, because of inflation, video games should have gone up in price a long time ago. Unfortunately, everyone is poor, so the games industry knows they can't really charge $90 out the gate because people will just immediately lose their minds. So by having DLC and season passes and stuff, you can more or less have the same thing without nearly as much like controversy or rejection. Unfortunately, what it means is we have hyper-expensive games. We have hyper-expensive games. Well, hyper-expensive games. Costly games that are kind of hamstrung because limited budget.
Nearly made it.
Hamstrung by limited budget, and then they like kind of complete the game with DLC to make up for the operating costs, and it's just kind of an inferior product compared to what they could have made had they just charged $90 up front, question mark.
Okay. Good enough to eat.
I guess let's level up True
Much
Shot here.
appreciated.
That's fine. Yeah, here in Canada, it's $110 for the game plus DLC. Eesh.
The prince persuades the Underworld's ferocious guardian to move aside.
Let's see, you gonna do the mystery dungeon demo tonight?
I can go.
I think so, yeah.
Heading out.
I'll probably be at the end, though, because that's super slow. I put RimWorld question mark, but I think we'll do Erratus and then mystery dungeon. Because I totally forgot about the mystery dungeon demo.
Father.
There you are. Then let us now commence this ugly business yet again. I suppose that you must hate the very sight of me. You'll understand then why I wear the Helm of Darkness.
Not this.
Darkness.
Okay, luckily I've got a shit ton of HP, because Dad hurts. Okay. I wonder if I can...
I'm out.
Idiot.
Probably can't.
Ares.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. Really gotta clear that thing out.
Again.
Okay. I gotta focus here.
Darkness.
This is not an easy fight. Ah, come on. Ow. Because, yeah, the problem is, he doesn't stand still. And I don't do enough damage. Damn it. I just bumped into that one. Well, that's okay. Yeah, this run's kind of meh. Not every run can be, freaking javelin missile launcher in a can. Like, unfortunately, to have good runs, you will just automatically have to have bad runs occasionally. Okay, let's go with this.
Predictable the war god would be here.
Personally, I believe, like, the real answer the AAA industry should have, to some degree, is just learn from the indie industry better. Because I feel like there's some real lessons that you can learn from, like, indie game budgeting, management, scope, and whatnot. And I'm always surprised that, like, more AAA companies don't attempt to make, like, smaller budget games with smaller teams. And just, like, make a lot of them. I guess the problem is, like, maybe market saturation is the issue. I like it how Hades hasn't really moved. He's just hanging out there. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, blast. There is no escape.
Get up.
I guess the flip side to that is, Game Freak does that, and most of their games aren't very good. I never got to play Gigawalker, but I heard their Small Town Hero game was just kind of bad.
Get out.
Blood and death, together hand in hand.
Okay, this might spit me out right in the middle of Skull Explosion Town. Nope, looks like we did okay. Hit him with those. Unfortunately, those are not critting as much as I need them to. Okay, we got this. Holy crap. It is just explosion time.
I'm out.
Oh, shit. I thought I had a second charge there. It's fine. I've got a lot of extra healing and he's almost dead. There we go.
How is this possible? That this... Good riddance.
Goodbye, Father. I did it.
Well, that was not fast. But we got it.
Prince Zagreus proceeded onward toward a certain doom, entirely too graphic to describe.
I heard that one before. So you personally hate this green light phase of phase we are in gaming. I think I hate the fact that so many of the games that do come out are unfinished or just like
that was interesting.
Subpar. Which I think brings a lot of things down. Oh, Thanatos.
Thanatos. I ought to have asked by now, but what's it like? Up there, I mean, outside. You never talk about it. I almost forget that's where you go for work.
What can I say? It's different. I never stay up there for very long. Don't think I could. It starts making me feel ill. Too many sensations all at once. And when the chariot of Helios is in the sky, it gets so bright that I can barely see.
That sounds awful. If it's that bad, why would all the Olympians chat it up so much?
There's no accounting for their taste, I guess. But I'm discounting certain aspects that are not so bad. You know what? I'll not spoil the surprise. I have a feeling you're going to see for yourself soon enough.
Maybe. I hope.
Knowing the watchdog's never-ending appetite for treats, the prince obliges him.
It is my humble duty to oblige my favorite boy with all the treats as I am able to procure.